Welcome to our channel. This is Break the Fear with Terry Pickens, and we look mostly at why we're living in survival mode. Don't forget to subscribe so I can continue giving you this good stuff, and press the like button if this is beneficial for you. Today we're looking at the question, can God be in survival mode? Stay for the whole video. At the end, I'm going to give you some real interesting thought. So we live in a culture where God is absent. It's a godless culture. Even in the case where people are in church or claim to worship God, there's not a lot of living God. So what do I mean by that? Well, if you know God, you have to know love. God is love, so you have to be love. When that person give you the finger at the traffic light, you have to give them love, not the finger back. When you have a fight with your family member or members, you won't let them go for years without talking. You will be quick to forgive. So to be in survival mode is to be surrounded by fear. It's a mode of competition, not cooperation. When you're in your divinity, you cooperate, and cooperation makes a bigger pot of soup. It's a better place than competition. Competition is going to require for you to gossip, to fight, to always be looking over your shoulder, to be unhappy. You're lacking peace, and any lack of peace is related to problem sleeping. So there's a continuum there. Either you can't sleep or you sleep, but you're waking up every few minutes or every few hours. Or in other words, your sleep is not peaceful. Your health is going to be poor because survival mode is a physical state. So let's look at why we would ask if God is in it. If the world is in survival mode and God is not in it, then we're living in a godless world. And we can see that by the wars and the discontent and the arguments and the movies and the school killings. All of that brings us to a place of knowing that we're in survival mode and God is probably not with us. But let's look at the logic and see if it makes sense. So when we were created with this concept of the sympathetic system having survival mode, which is our fight flight, the sole intention was for survival. Because in truth, if you're attacked and you do not survive, nothing matters. You're dead as you can be dead. So the priority, the number one goal is to survive. And in most cases with survival, you're in a battle with someone and you have to win to survive. Either they kill you or you kill them, as blunt as that may be. So when the Creator created us for that state, He gave us everything we need, and systems in the body support that. So for example, your ability to trust is turned off if you're in survival mode. And you may ask, why is that? Well, if I can only depend on me and I'm out in the woods and I hear footsteps, that's not a time for someone to come out on the right and say, he's over there, and for me to trust. So logically, trust is turned off. You have the adrenaline, the hormones, you have everything ready for you to have superhuman strength to fight and to either survive or the other person survive and you die. So the question is, once God made it so that you can do that all by yourself, why would God be there? God is not there. You can't even trust God in that mode. You can't trust anybody. That mode is called me, myself, and I. I have to trust that I'm going to survive. I'm going to fight, whether I'm using my hands, my teeth, whatever weapon I'm using. The idea is that when the fight is over, I am going to survive. So the answer to the quick question is God is not with us when we're in survival mode. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in survival mode. Once we survive, then we could say thank God or go back to it. But just a quick reminder as we try to make our videos short and look at the next one and kind of patch each one on the other. This happened in childhood. In childhood, a child should not be in survival mode. They have a parent or caregiver to protect them. Now, if this protection isn't there and they go to fear, that level of fear and more than once before they can feel the love and the protection of the caregiver, then their survival gene is turned on and they're in survival mode permanently. In that mode, bad things happen. And if that mode is a physical mode, it's intended for a quick emergency. It's not intended when you live in it, then it becomes psychological. And next video, I will pick one or two of the bigger symptoms and help you to crawl out of survival mode. I'll help you to figure if you're in survival mode and then give you some quick solutions. Looking forward to educating you on survival mode. Thanks for visiting the channel Break from Fear with Terry Pickens, and I will see you next time. Bye now.